Hi, it's Rita Lou. Today we're making cod in a peach and ginger sauce. Now I've chosen cod because it's a nice, white, flaky fish that's full of protein and not much fat. The peach and ginger sauce we're going to make does not have any added sugar. Let's get started. Okay, let's review our ingredients for today. We'll start off with potato starch. Now you can use any kind of starch that you want, but that's what I had the most of on hand. Next we have Mirin, which is a Japanese cooking wine, apple cider vinegar. You can use any kind of vinegar you would like. Soy sauce, butter, ginger, our wonderful cod fillets, 1/4 cup of water, and pureed peach. Okay, let's measure out our sauce. First, we're going to start with soy sauce. Now we are just going to use 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. Next, we're going to use 1 tablespoon of vinegar. Next, we have 1 teaspoon of mirin. If you're not familiar with mirin, it is a Japanese sweet cooking wine. Now we'll add 1/4 of a cup of water. Let's not forget our peach. We're going to use 3 tablespoons of this. Now we're going to add in our potato starch. 1½ teaspoons. All right, let's just stir this up. Try to make sure you don't have any lumps from your peaches or from your starch. Okay, we're going to set that aside. And now we need to mince some ginger. 1 heaping teaspoonful of minced ginger. All right, so this looks like enough to get us started. All right, the first thing we're going to do with our sauce is cook our ginger. Now you just want to cook this until it's nice and fragrant. So probably 30 seconds to a minute. Now next we want to add in our sauce. So we're just going to make sure it's nice and mixed up really well. And put this in. We don't want this to heat up too fast, so you may want to turn the temperature down just a little bit here. You really don't need to cook this very long either, probably just a minute or two. As you can see, it's really cooking nice and bubbly here. So once we feel that it's nice and thick and cooked, we're just going to set this to the side and turn this burner off while we focus on our fish over here. Okay, so we're going to start by heating our pan on medium-low heat. Now we want to just add in a couple of pats of butter. So we've got our butter cooking. Let's go ahead and put our fish on. We're going to cook this for 2 minutes on one side. You can salt your fish ahead of time, or you can just do it once you got it in the pan. Just make sure it's nice and dry before you get it in the pan. It's also helpful to have a thermometer to measure with to make sure that your fish is at the right temperature when it's done. To be cooked thoroughly, fish needs to be at 145 degrees. We probably want to cook it on medium and not medium-low. Okay, as you can see, this is a very thick cut of fish over here. So we want to take the temperature right in the middle, make sure we're not aiming downwards, as we don't want the temperature of the pan, we want the temperature of the fish. Now it looks like the fish is not hot enough. It's only about, it's getting a little hotter, but it's still not hot enough for our 145, so we're going to let it cook some more. Okay, I went ahead and flipped the pieces of fish one more time just to make sure it's getting a nice even cook all the way through. Now this one is looking like it's done. This is measuring over 200 degrees right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this first piece out because we don't want an overcooked rubbery fish. So we want to make sure that our sauce is nice and hot when we plate it on the fish. So I'm just going to heat this back up to a boil, and then we'll be able to put it on our fish. Now if it looks a little too gummy to you, you might want to add a tablespoon of water. Make sure this water gets mixed in here. You can tell it's getting nice and hot. We do want it thick. So this looks just perfect here. So to plate this, we are just going to put some of our nice hot ginger peach sauce on our fish. Okay, let's try our ginger peach cod. Ginger and peach are such a wonderful combination. You don't even notice that we didn't add honey or syrup or sugar, just the sweetness from the peach. This is really good and healthy. I hope that you make one. Thanks for joining me.